Hey guys, for Math 2, this is a real quick review on simplifying radicals. We're not going to do anything other than just simplify. We're not going to deal with denominators, we're not going to deal with variables, just a real quick, simple review of it. So first thing we remind ourselves is what we call an integer squared, and we call those perfect squares. And you can see I've got a little pattern here of the first 15 perfect squares. Now I didn't actually write them all down. It's much better if you can write this pattern down yourself. So I'm going to let you finish that pattern. I hope you recognize where they came from. 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared. Okay? But if you finish that pattern out to 15, shouldn't be a problem. Just for vocabulary purposes, the parts of a radical, this sign itself is actually called the radical. Okay? The inside of the radical, called a radicand. And there's one other piece that's not going to come up today, but we're going to talk about it in about 2 weeks. And that's this little number that's hidden inside of here. You might remember it from Math 1. It's called an index. Now on this particular one, it's a 2. On all of these, it's a 2 because it's not written. These are all square roots. So square is something to the second power, so the index would be a 2 for a square root. If you just read through my simplifying notes here, I got examples for each. Find the perfect square that goes into 12. Okay, 4 goes into 12, so I write 4 times 3, gives me 12. The 4 is a perfect square, the 3 is not. Because 4 is a perfect, I'm going to simplify that perfect square. And then I can't do anything with this one, so I'm done. Alright, we're going to run through a couple of these at the bottom. I'll slow it down a little bit, and I'm just going to let it roll. Alright. Notice I'm looking for the perfect squares that go into 28. 4 goes into 28. 16 goes into 32. Now on this particular problem, some people mentioned that 4 also goes into 32. Up here, 4 goes into it and 16. In that case, you always want to use the largest or the greatest perfect square. Keep going. Alright, like I said, this was just a real quick review. You got about 6 of these to practice tonight, and then we'll put all of our answers in perfect squares.